live on here now, so we good.
Yeah, but it took a while to hit because when I rewatched it back, it was like the very beginning. But we are probably live at this moment in time. It is your boy, Mr. Disrespectful. To my left, right today. Ooh, I was wrong. My left. I was right. To my left is your boy, White Pepper,
Right.
and over to my right is one of my 4 children, who I am feeding at the same time as we're doing this. So hey, and working. I got all 3. That's what we do. All right, so why don't you start off? Even though I am the champ still, I'll let you start off with the champ and start off how this show started off with Raw.
Oh well, obviously it was with the new heavyweight champion Drew McIntyre. Drew.
See, she agrees.
I would call. You can call him Dada. I don't know. Maybe that's a new
No, she's
nickname
saying
for
that
Drew.
I'm the man and Drew is not, but it's okay.
I mean, he's a lot bigger than you, bud.
Yeah, he'll claim we'll kick me from here to California. Hey, be a free flight.
So, Drew starts off and he commentates his own WrestleMania match, which was strange. I didn't understand it at first. I was wondering why he was doing his own.
Yeah.
He was literally doing his own match.
He wanted to tell you how he won, how he whooped Brock Lesnar from here back to Canada.
Much.
He sent him back to Canada.
He did, so he can go and hang out with Sable.
Yep.
Ooh, sorry, I burped, fellas and fellas.
Yeah.
So he comes out, he does his little shtick about like he's going to be a fighting champion, the champion's champion or whatever. And
I'm here every week. I show up, all that fun stuff.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. For the first of many times tonight.
Yes, many times.
You see Zelina Vega and Idolo Andrade.
Yeah, say it right because she corrects Charlie Caruso later in one of the segments.
Neither of them are going to get into a fight with each other. Missing out. Where's the Attitude Era when you need it?
Long in the past, man. I'm trying to go back and watch some of those. Some of those things are cringeworthy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yes, they are.
Very, very cringeworthy.
So Zelina basically they remind him that when Drew was NXT champion, he lost his title and tore his bicep while facing Al Idolo, and
he even shows a scar later. Yeah, he even shows a scar later in the commentary.
Because he had like the hottest momentum in the company at that point was Drew, and then when he you take 6 months off, you disappear.
Exactly.
And
you lose a lot.
Right. So and then he came back with that goofy gimmick where he was like the hired gun for, of all people, Dolph Ziggler. Remember, it was like him and Ziggler were first. Very stupid.
The whole big thing when he came back was just odd. The way they took him, then fired him, and well, now he's a champ and a badass one, and a babyface at that is very, very solid because he went from a heel to a babyface, kind of flip flopping around.
So basically, he said, "Fine, we can have a match," and so the main event for the night was set. It will be Andrade versus Drew McIntyre.
Champ versus champ.
Champ, right? Yeah, champ.
I don't know. It was champ versus champ, but it wasn't for the title. I think it was just champ versus champ, just so that he could get a match later, probably is what it was. Yeah. And then, as we're going to talk about next, what we were talking about SmackDown is I said Dana Brooke has a match. She has a match because it's the Money in the Bank qualifying match. Can't believe I forgot that we're in Money in the Bank season. One of the best pay-per-views. Next to Elimination Chamber, which we saw that live. Just going to say that again.
We were there. Yes.
We were. But Asuka versus Ruby Riott. First off, it was great to see Ruby Riott back. This was for a Money in the Bank spot. It was great to see Ruby Riott back, and she looked good. And even Asuka, they both put on a great match, I thought.
Mm-hmm. All right. Thoroughly enjoyed this match. But at the end of the day,
you knew who was coming out on top. I mean, like I said, Ruby Riott made it. You made it think, wait a minute, they're gonna let Asuka lose this? Hold on, and then it didn't happen.
No,
it did not happen at all.
You're not going to leave Asuka out. The one thing that does suck is a lot of these matches for the first round look very obvious. I don't know if they're going to swerve us, but they look like very obvious victories. You knew Nia wasn't going to win.
It's what, 6 women, right?
Mm-hmm. 3 for each.
So we already have our Raw. At the end of this one, we have all of our Raw and SmackDown. You know, Sasha Banks is probably going to get one, unless Tamina and Sasha Banks is for somehow they're going to do it. I mean, what Dana Brooks fight? I can't remember who. So there's other kids fighting in the background. Awesome. See, it's WWE. All it's AEW here though. They do backflips off of stuff and super kicks everywhere. It's crazy. So you know, on that one, I mean, whoever Dana Brooks is going against, depending on who it is, I mean, that could probably be a squash in itself. So like I said, the women's a little bit more that. But speaking of that, we're jumping into the men because MVP has the MVP VIP lounge.
Yeah,
that's what came up next, and he was like, all these matches we haven't seen before, and you had Rey Mysterio go up against, don't say Murphy, the Buddy himself.
Murphy, right?
Sorry, don't say Buddy. It's just Murphy.
Come on.
My notes said that, but I'm trying to read them at the same time. Then you have another first, Aleister Black versus Austin Theory.
Come on. Yeah.
And finally, the greatest Money in the Bank performer ever, as he put it, go up against Apollo Crews, and that is MVP himself.
I got my MVP right here.
So, what's
Lulu
I haven't seen you forever, girl.
She likes apples.
Smart.
She ain't trying. She will eat apples now. We usually switch and eat. Yeah, I know.
So I mean, you've got to imagine that Murphy is going to take the W over Ray. Though Ray is saying that he's the veteran. I think it'd be more exciting, honestly, to see Ray than Murphy. I will say that. But I mean, Black should not lose. He's been on a winning streak.
If they have him lose, would make no fucking sense.
And then you have Apollo Crews against MVP.
If they have MVP, be Apollo Crews.
Yeah, listen. Crews just put up a great match against Black last week, and then that's what we're gonna have. Come on now. But that'll be next week. But first, we get into Black versus Orny Lorcan.
For no sense. No point. Okay.
No, there wasn't much to it. Lorcan was just there to fight. I can't remember. I think there's maybe a backstory that I'm missing that came from further back that I'm drawing a blank on here. You may remember.
I'm looking on the notes and anything, and nothing. It says they just don't have very good styles, but they have really great chemistry. The only complaint is they didn't get more time. They're very good. It was just a good match to put out of nowhere. That's all.
Yeah. So you had that, and it was a pretty solid match. But obviously Black was going to come out with the W, and he did. Nothing really more there. I mean, Black did what he had to do. He comes up with the last second win and takes it. Yep. And then you had I will say there was a lot of promos / interviews in this entire episode.
A lot of setting things up.
Yeah, so then you had Becky come out, right?
This one had Shayna being next.
Well, I thought it was Becky first, then it was an interview, and then it was Shayna against Sarah Logan, which it was great to see another Riot Squad member, but boy, did they squash. 51 seconds. It was like a 51 second match. The announcer, the ring announcer got it wrong on who won because he was an idiot. And I'm watching and go, wait, did I just see the same thing that the ring announcer saw? Because if I did, then that's wrong. And Shayna heard it and played it perfectly, I might add. As if she lost, picked the chair up and threw it. She's like, wait a minute, I lost. Hold on. But she played it perfectly instead of
illegal.
No, but she played it perfectly by just like grabbing the chair and throwing it because she was mad at herself for maybe getting taken out instead of being like make it like a jobber going, wait, what? Turn around, like go and fight back. She played it off and walked off and stormed off, and then they corrected it later. You had that, which was pretty good in itself. But dude, they really just squashed her. They put her arm out there to get busted, and you know it was a spot that was definitely a spot. But if it was accidentally messed up, man, I hope she's okay because either way, it still looked like it hurt. Like it still looked like it hurt. Pretty bad, but Shayna's still showing that she's dominant.
So Shayna wins that one.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of common sense. You knew that Shayna was going to go. Then for the second time tonight, the Zelina squad is an action here. Is Austin Theory? No, you don't eat the whole thing, bro.
Austin Theory first. Tozawa. Akira Tozawa is the best. They're using him as a jobber, but he's like the best jobber you could ever have because he puts on great matches. And then I mean,
Austin Theory being young, dude, what do you want, man? No, you don't eat the apple core.
Yeah, but the best part about this is you can see he's got dog problems. I got kids taking care of. You know, it's just what we do.
My dog likes to eat the apple, but like we're down to the core, and now she's like, "No, I'll get you a treat, bro."
Zelina's boys. I'm gonna say they're calling the Zelina boys. I mean, I don't know what else to call them, but the Zelina boys.
I'm gonna call them L Shield. They do the shield bump now. They all put their fists next to each other. L Shield.
L Shield. Yes, yes. That I don't know. I don't like that.
Because it's just shield, but Spanish. I don't know how to say shield in Spanish, or else I would just do that.
You can't. I know. It's okay. Neither can I.
I'm not even
trying.
I was very bad during Spanish class.
I think I slept through it, but my teacher liked me enough to pass me.
Oh no, I failed it.
No, I passed.
Yeah, I did not.
But that was. We're going way back. My clock's telling me it was way back that I can no habla inglés.
No.
I don't speak English.
Nope.
I know how to say that.
This match.
Hola, por favor. Match. You know, stuff like that. It's about all I got for you.
Yeah. What she said.
It's weird. So yeah, you had that. So in between all of this, that was the Zelina boys, because right after Theory wins, they attack Tozawa, and that's the first sign of this formation of this whole entire group of these three, with Theory, Garza, Andrade, and then Zelina,
and Idolo.
Yeah, and Zelina. So you had Seth. So Seth Rollins had a couple promos in between this one, I think, and the next one.
Yeah,
he was like the Riddle Man.
Staring in the sky.
He was the Riddle Man at one point. Yes, he was the Riddle Man at one point. Then he was talking about he was crucified again. Yes, he was crucified again.
He's truly risen.
Yeah. And then Charlie did a great interview with Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
I will say that Charlie did do a great interview with Rey, and he said he's going to come back and win it.
Which that would be really stupid if they do, though. I'm not really up to see Rey Mysterio win the Money in the Bank.
So,
hey, friend.
As my daughter makes her appearance, say hi. I'm gonna go put her down in the other room and I'll be right back. But yeah, keep talking to that one. So Garza's the next match that I have, unless you have something else to talk about in between there.
Yeah, I got you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. In this interim, I would like to tell you that Mr. Disrespectful is a terrible host. No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, on to the match with. Sorry, I have to adjust because my co-host left me. So, okay.
All right.
And so like I said, Mr. Disrespectful is really the.
Yep. Yeah. Hey. I forgot to go with that. So you talk about that Garza match?
Yeah. So Garza.
This is an NXT jobber. That's who this was.
His name is Tahuti Miles, and he's from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Tahuti?
Rep Tahuti.
Tahuti?
Yeah,
like
his name is Tahuti.
Like,
Tahuti from Philly. Don't mess with him. He's from our town.
Like, what is it? Like Trudy?
Yes, like Trudy, Booty, Rudy,
Tahuti,
Fruity. My name is Tahuti.
You gonna get that Tahuti? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, local Philly man. Just sorry.
Miles. It starts off with a really cool spot where
that was about all he had. That was that one spot.
Yeah, we really wasn't anything after that. But so when he hit him off the ropes, he did a drop down, and Garza jumped over him. And when Garza was coming back off the ropes, he was about to jump over him. And my man Tahuti got 4 or 5 feet in the air. He really got a good jump.
He got up.
And Garza took 2 feet and planted them dead in this man's chest with a drop kick. And I thought that was one of the cool spots because it was perfectly executed by both of them. So it didn't look like a goofy move. It looked like a really dope move. But the ladies' man was quick. He took them all down. He peeled his pants off as he always does. He kissed some lady before the match. He gave her a rose.
That's what Garza does.
As if this was The Bachelor. And then he hit the wing clipper, and then
Tahuti gets attacked by his El Shield that Peppo named them. Zelina boys.
Yeah.
The Zelinas.
Zelina boys.
The Zelina and the boys.
The clientele.
The clientele.
WWE, I'm dead ass. I'm wearing your stupid shirts. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. This one is from ProWrestlingTees.com. This is a Blackheart shirt. Thank you, Pro Wrestling Tees. Yeah, I bronze sleeved them.
Yeah, we saw. We do it all your sleeves. You already talked about this.
I bronze sleeved another shirt, and I'm just gonna let you know, I over brawned it, so it's not allowed on TV because.
No one can see that. No one can see that. No, keep that covered.
And then I
Keep it
put it
covered.
on, and my nips were showing. So
No,
I had,
no. We don't
and it
want to
was
see
my
that. Trust me.
Undertaker shirt. So I'm really mad. That was a gray Undertaker shirt. I thought that was going to look really cool, but instead it can't be worn by any human. Um, but anyway, so then Andrade, Theory, Vega, they all they all get down there to help out Garza, and she tells him to do it, and he hits his whatever the hell his move's called, I forget. Andrade, where he gets him with that inverted DDT thing, and oh no, are you frozen, bro?